All right, let's dive into something fascinating today, the sound twins of the English language. We're talking about homophones. These are words that, they sound exactly the same, but they lead completely different lives. It's pretty cool. Let's get into it. I love this way of thinking about it. Seriously, just imagine two words sharing the exact same voice, but having a totally different identity, a totally different destiny in how we use them. It feels less like a boring grammar rule and more like an incredible story about language, doesn't it?
So first things first, right? What exactly is a homophone? Let's break it down and get a really clear definition. Okay, here's the simple three-part checklist. 1, they have to sound the same. 2, they have to be spelled differently. And 3, they have to mean different things. If you can check off all 3 of those boxes, boom, you've got yourself a homophone.
Let's look at a couple of classic examples. You hear the sound sea, but are we talking about the ocean, S-E-A? Or are we talking about what you do with your eyes, S-E-E? Or what about night? Is that a warrior in shining armor, K-N-I-G-H-T? Or is it the time after the sun goes down, N-I-G-H-T? The sound is identical, but the stories they tell are worlds apart.
Okay, so we get what they are, but you might be sitting there thinking, why does this actually matter? Well, it turns out that getting a handle on these is way more than just a party trick for grammar nerds. It's actually a pretty big deal. For starters, it just makes your spelling so much sharper, and it forces you to become a more intelligent reader because you have to pay attention to context. It also helps you steer clear of some of the most common and kind of embarrassing writing mistakes out there. And beyond all that, it's the secret key that unlocks a whole world of creativity, from hilarious puns to really powerful poetry.
So if our ears can't tell these words apart, what are we supposed to do? Well, the solution, the one tool you need, it all comes down to one crucial thing.
Just think about this sentence for a second. I can hear music here. If I say it out loud, it makes perfect sense, right? But if you had to write it down, how would you know which here or here to use?
The answer, the absolute key, is context. Your brain does this calculation in a split second. Here, H-E-A-R, that's about listening with your ears. Here, H-E-R-E, is about a place, a location. The words around them are all the clues you need. You can think of context as the detective that solves the mystery every single time. Now, this dual identity thing makes homophones both a source of really clever fun and, let's be honest, a source of some major frustration. Let's take a quick look at both sides of that coin.
Okay, on the fun side, you've got puns. I need dough sounds exactly like I need dough. It's a smart little play on words that only works because of homophones. This is basically the engine that powers a ton of humor in English.
But then, on the flip side, you've got the grammar traps. And these are the pairs and sometimes trios of homophones that constantly trip people up in their writing, whether it's a quick email or a big report.
Ah, this trio. This is arguably the biggest grammar trap in the entire language. Look, there, T-H-E-R-E, points to a location. There, T-H-E-I-R, shows that something belongs to them. And there, T-H-E-Y'-R-E, is just a shorter way of saying they are. They do 3 completely different jobs, but they're all stuck with the same sound.
And then you've got this classic troublemaker, it's versus its. The trick here is actually so simple. Just ask yourself, can I replace the word with it is? If the answer is yes, like in it is a sunny day, then you use the one with the apostrophe, its. If it makes no sense, like in the dog wagged it is tail, then you know for sure it's the other one, its, no apostrophe needed. So after all that, what's the big idea? What's the final takeaway? What do these sound twins really teach us about how we communicate?
When you boil it all down, this is the core lesson that homophones give us. They prove that sound, all by itself, isn't the truth. Real meaning, that only comes from the context that's wrapped around the word. And that's really the challenge they leave us with. So the next time you write something, the next time you choose a word, just pause for a second and ask yourself, what does this really mean here? It's a small question, but you know what? Getting it right makes all the difference.